Dear white heterosexual male, please don't start up with your talk of discrimination against you, because frankly, no, I can't believe as a white heterosexual male you have been exposed to much of it. Please don't talk about the evil injustices of college selection. Don't say she got in because she's female or he got in because he's black. Please don't file sexual harassment charges when elder women call you honey. Please, please, please don't. Because you don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels to always wonder if you will ever be able to love freely because of some people's distorted definition of love. You don't know how it feels to always wonder that no matter how smart and how talented you are, they might give him the promotion because women can't be leaders. You don't know how it feels when you realize you haven't been born into the wrong body, exposes you to hate crimes. You don't know how it feels to be marked a thief and a rapist because you happen to be black and walking alone with your thoughts. You don't know how it feels when every step alone at night makes you afraid and paranoid of rape. You don't know how it feels when the color of your skin marks you a target for sexual assault and bullets to go through. You don't know the dehumanizing suspicion and criminal treatment served as a side dish to every international flight. It's not your fault, but you don't know these injustices, so don't talk about reverse discrimination before you know how any of that feels. It's not your fault, but you don't know. Dear white heterosexual male, I'm not sure you recognize your privileges. Our inequality is your inequality too. We are unbalanced. Just because you're on top doesn't mean there's harmony. Dear white heterosexual male, I'm sorry. I know I'm angry and irritated and frustrated, so I sound like I'm accusing you, but dear white heterosexual male, it's not your fault. You didn't ask for this. You were born into your white heterosexual male world and walked the streets without second glances. You went to your white heterosexual movies. Nobody as a race, a gender, a minority status ever made you feel less. So of course, college selection is discrimination to you. And we expect so much of you too. Of course we feel like you aren't fighting or caring strongly enough. For you, inequality is a foreign language. While we have been fluent from childhood, you are still trying to learn conjugations. But instead of encouraging your learning process, we dismiss you, tell you to stop, tell you your phrases will never be grammatically correct. Not even giving you a chance to learn our native tongue. And you must be tired of the blame. And I know people like to point fingers and blame because there has to be someone to blame, someone to embody all frustrations for all this. So why not attack the person on top of the pyramid because he won't fall? We think by yelling out white privilege and male privilege blindly, we will make you understand. We think by tearing down the most privileged statue of society, we will have equality. But in reality, all we will be left with then are broken pieces. All we will be left with then is hate and alienation and isolation, and that's not right. That's not the way to change anything. If we want to change anything, we need you on our side, because dear white heterosexual male, you are not part of our problem. You are part of our solution. And we don't hate you. Dear white heterosexual male, we don't. We hate the idea of people not caring about us. But I'll tell you something else, dear white heterosexual male. You are not the only one. I think you are more of a complete manifestation of a far larger infestation, our disease of not caring for causes because it bears no personal effect. They're not caring, they're not listening, they're not researching, they're tuning out. If we see a BuzzFeed video, why pronouns matter to transgender people, do we click? Do we care about third world feminism if it isn't ours? Do we care about other nations' humanity crisis if it isn't ours? Because we want to feel good. So sometimes we treat others like a book. We just clap it shut and try to forget. shutting the thought that those news and those stories are somebody else's life. But when we don't shut down, when we let ourselves feel the sadness, feel the empathy, we might act. We might stand up, we might help. It's not easy. Feeling somebody else's hurt is never easy, but it's necessary. And sometimes all it takes is an "are you okay?" Because sometimes all we want are signs that people care. There's nothing like when someone stands up with you despite having no personal gain. They do it just because they care. The overwhelming joy that you are not forgotten, that your struggles are recognized. When my friends asked me if my family was okay after the travel ban, and I answered my dad canceled his business flight and my mom took a trip to help her mother, but we're okay, thank you. When I wrote to my LGBT friends after the Pulse nightclub attack to make sure they have not forgotten how much they're loved. When Muslims started a fundraiser for the vandalized Jewish cemetery. When Black Lives Matter released a statement that they're standing in solidarity with Standing Rock. Because we care for human rights, love, and kindness. So of course, I can't stand up here speaking these words without any acknowledgement to who they're truly dedicated to. This is to the people who stand up. This is to the people who listen to people's stories, who reduce the abstract into personal matters. This is to the people who fight as hard for anyone's rights as if it is their own. This is to the Black girl who stands up for her transgender neighbor. This is to the white female who fights Islamophobia. This is to the Asian lesbian who stands up with her Black brothers. But most of all, this is to you, dear white heterosexual male. All who, despite not being directly targeted, understand, feel. This is to all you white heterosexual males who recognize inequality and stand up. This is to all you white heterosexual males who despise, reject, and fight sexism, racism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, you name it. This is to all you white heterosexual males who are an inspiration, our hope that kindness prevails. Minutes ago, I scolded you, dear white heterosexual male, because I was angry and upset that you didn't care. We were hurt. But it's up to you to make a peace offering. I'm making one right now. Take that step because we know you are strong enough. Listen to our stories and we will listen to you. If you can't make that step, then crawl to us and we will teach you. We will teach each other. You are our solution. You are our hope. Because if somebody who has been born on the high end of inequality, who's not directly targeted by minority discrimination, can stand up because you believe in human rights, because you believe in love, because you believe in kindness, then, dear white heterosexual male, we all can.